The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Salem Media of Hawaii.
Welcome to Generations Radio, where the focus is on our seniors and their families. We are here each Saturday afternoon from 5 until 6 p.m., bringing you resourceful information with our radio team of professionals in the field of aging. Stay with us for the next 1 hour as we explore different ways to make life more exciting and meaningful for our extraordinary seniors. Right here on AM 690 The Answer. And now, here is our host and the publisher of Generations Magazine, Percy Ihara.
And welcome back to Generations Radio. I'm Percy here with my co-host, Melissa Mansfield. How are you, Melissa?
I'm excellent. Thank you for having me back.
And well, you always.
I know, but I love being here.
One of these days, we're going to have Melissa be the solo host, like once in a while, because I have a very busy schedule. But Melissa here, if you guys don't know, works for Ultras
Medical, doing home care.
And she is Hawaii's most recent certified gerontologist. So somebody asked me actually at the senior fair last month. So what is a gerontologist? Are you a doctor,
I get that,
or is that,
I get
what
that
is
too. Are you a geriatrician is more of the medical side, where the gerontologist is the person that studies the aging, active aging, as well as chronic diseases, nutrition, the whole gamut of the aging process.
No wonder you look so young. Like you're like in her 30s, and she's still in her 30s.
No, I'm 42.
But anyway, welcome to the show, and thank you all for giving me kudos and congratulating me on the radio show at the senior fair and at the August 20th Aging in Place. We really don't know how many people listen to the radio show, but as I am around town going to different events, people always tell me they love the show, they listen every weekend, or they go to our website, generations808.com. So thank you very much. We're proud of what we do as a major resource for seniors in Hawaii, statewide, including our radio show, Generations, here on AM 690. But anyway, we do want to talk about, first of all, one event that's coming up very soon, and it's a Mayor's Craft Fair. Is it Country and Craft Fair or Craft and Country Fair? I always get that mixed up here. But the event's going to be on August, what am I talking about? November 19th. It's the Mayor's Craft and Country Fair at the Blaisdell. On November 19th, it's a Saturday from 9 to 2, and we're going to have a cooking contest. But the big one, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to have a karaoke contest. And here to promote the show is Mr. Jeff Apaka from the Waikiki Community Center. But welcome, Jeff, and help us talk about what the show is.
This is going to be the very first time that we've had a senior karaoke contest. Can I say that we have applications with all the city and county parks and recreation?
Over 35 of them.
Absolutely. And they are going to be asking the 70-plus years and the 55 to 69-year-olders to please, for those that do a karaoke tune, to come out of your cocoon, and come out and sing a few songs. Sing a song, that is, for us at the senior fair. This happens to be the 42nd, and it's taken 42 years before a karaoke contest. How about that, huh?
That doesn't seem right, really, since Hawaii is so known for karaoke.
I don't think we've ever had a karaoke contest. I remember it's the Mayor's 42nd, okay? So I remember Mayor. So now we're having a new mayor. And so we have to have this application by November the 11th. And Steve Santiago from the City County Parks and Recreation. Makuali'i. He is got to have your application faxed to him. That is, if you have a fax machine.
Right. Or you can just call and drop them off.
Oh yeah, you can call. You can drop it off at the Makuali'i. At 973-7262 is his fax number if you have a fax. Now, if
the phone number, you want to mention the phone number?
Yeah, the phone number is
973.
Go ahead.
7258. If you have any questions, because when you come down Kalakaua, let's say you're going on King Street, you take a right on Kalakaua. Before you hit the light, you got to turn right. If you miss that, right turn
Yeah.
to get in there. It's all the way in the back. You got to go all the way around the block, around Daiei Holiday Mart, come back
That's
up.
correct. Oh, you know that. You know.
I did that
Yeah.
several times. That's why I know.
I have too, yeah. So remember that we want to have all of you singers there, and it's free admission for the country fair, and it's from 9 to 2 is the fair. Now, the karaoke contest happens in the the NBC exhibition hall, also from 11 until 1 o'clock. And the very first people that are going to be on stage will be the 70 plus years, and then because we want to be very polite to
Well, it
our
is, Jeff.
kupuna, and the others will be 55 to 69.
Well,
They
I can
come on
join
second.
that. I'm 56.
There you go.
Oh, you're really? Okay, well, you come on second. Me, I go on first.
Are you going to sing a few songs, Jeff?
I don't really. I want the kupunas to
Okay,
really.
but you have a great
sing.
voice, Jeff.
Oh, thank you very much. But I want you to come out and bring your CD with you of the song that you might want to sing with you. It says here to bring your CD with you, or bring your
Tape or some music.
Cassette.
Yeah,
DVD
play.
or whatever. We'll be more than happy to have you. And we have some judges. I can't say which female star judge we're going to have. We have Billy Sage, who's a great comedian, and we have Brickwood Galateria,
Brickwood's
who
gonna
is
be there, of
also a
course.
great
Well, you and Brickwood can sing a song together.
musician singer also, right? And of course, I think Brickwood is a little bit younger than Billy is my classmate at Punahou.
Really? Oh.
I'm sorry, I went to Punahou, but I was asked to leave. But I went to Santa Fe Military Academy on the mainland. No, anyway, I had a wonderful time there. But thank you very much, and we hope that you will come out for the senior karaoke contest.
So
Thank
that's
you.
November 19th, Saturday, from
Yep,
9 to 2
that's
o'clock.
right.
But the karaoke contest is actually be between 11 and 1 o'clock.
That's correct.
Jeff Apaka will be the host. So if you can, please bring a canned good for the
Yep.
Hawaii Food Bank. And
Or
Honolulu-
glasses
Or glasses, that's right.
for the Lions Club.
For the Lions Club, they will be there. So, Jeff, thanks so much.
Thank
I
you
appreciate
very much.
so much
Thank
and
you
what you
so
guys
much.
do at the Health Center. I appreciate it. So, anyway,
Thank you very
today's
much.
show
Aloha.
is actually featuring one of our newest partners in the magazine. And I met this young man, and he is young, half my age. Now he tells me how old he is. But, we were talking to Mike Buck on the radio about the growing need for services in the home. I've been mentioning these three words for 12, 13 years, aging in place. And it really now is really becoming very, very important. For those of you that have mobility issues or maybe don't drive anymore, don't want to take the bus, this service I found is great. It's a mobile physical therapist, Mr. Kai Morigawa. I always get that butcher that last name, Kai Morigawara.
Exactly.
Okay, Kai. Welcome to the show, Kai.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So give us a little background, first of all, on yourself, then we'll go into the physical therapy side. Because you're so young.
So yeah, I'm definitely much older than I look. Graduated, born and raised here in Hawaii, went to school at Moanalua, graduated in 06, graduated from UH in 09, went to USC, graduated from the doctorate program there
USC.
in
Wow.
2012. So been around for a little while.
And so how long you been back in Hawaii after college?
I was already working as soon as I finished my last class. So been working about 4 years, had this been in prime physical therapy for 3 of those.
But, when I first met you at the senior fair when you
Yes.
helped out our Generations booth. But what was interesting is that I had mentioned, why did you do this? I know there's a few mobile physical therapists around, but you had mentioned that this service you see more on the mainland.
Oh,
right?
exactly. So definitely, it's something. There are some people that provide this mobile therapy, but definitely the preventative care is something that's, I guess, not available to the population that needs the most. So definitely, I guess with my schooling, my mentoring, I want to provide that care to the people that need it the most. So very fulfilling job for me, being able to help those that need it the most and get them back and doing whatever they want.
But the issue of being able to travel to people's homes or offices is really key. That's really
Yes.
what you do, right?
Exactly. So the convenience for anybody. So I do have some people that just like the convenience of it, they're fully capable of driving to an office, but just the convenience factor is, I guess, what brought them to me. So
So you go island wide.
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So I call you up and you said, okay, I want you to come out to my house, and then you'll just show up.
Well, of course, there is a referral or
Yeah,
to,
his
to get
insurance
things started.
covers this.
Exactly.
So can you
Insurance
walk
does
us through
cover
that process?
Okay, so essentially for most people, uh, if they have the cash lying around, then they can pay out of pocket. Then there is no need for a doctor's referral. But for most of the population, there is a need for a referral from any physician. So anybody with a doctor's license can write a adequate referral for physical therapy. And then once that is acquired, then I take care of everything and do all the scheduling, take care of all the paperwork. So essentially, once I have a referral from a doctor, then I can walk people through the entire process.
So then, I'm sorry, let me back up. So physical therapy, because I know a lot of times, I hear that word out there and I'm thinking, okay, I get hurt and I need to go somewhere, right? So can you explain what is actual physical therapy?
Okay, so it's a pretty common misconception that people think physical therapy is PT is kind of pain and torture.
Yeah.
But
That's a good one.
yep. So especially for people that have knee surgeries, I guess the stereotype is that, oh my God, it's, you're going to go there and get tortured. But from my perspective, everything in physical therapy should ideally be completely pain-free. Pain is the body's way of telling you something is damaged or something is going to be damaged. So if you're having pain, whether it's something big, whether it's something small, if there's pain, that's not a great thing. So essentially my job is to completely fix problems so that there first is no pain, and then you're able to get back to do, essentially for the most part, you should be able to get back to do whatever you want.
In a reasonable.
And well, when you say when you get back to the way you want to be, but I mean, I had 2 shoulder surgeries, and I wasn't 100%. Can you come back 100% a lot of times?
Realistically, so that's a very big misconception, especially for surgeries, back injuries. Unless you have a progressive disease, so there's something that's making things worse. Of course, if there's an unfortunate case like that, then that's just I guess unavoidable. But in terms of restoring normal movement, and that's a job of a physical therapist to restore normal movement, there should be 100% improvement. So definitely, as you get older, it does take a little bit more work, but my job is to coach people through this process so that they have the knowledge and the tools to restore that movement for themselves.
So would you say physical therapy is only for injured people or those that are injured?
That's another big misconception as well. So people often think, oh, I gotta have a big surgery, somebody in a big car accident or something. So they think PT, physical therapy, is for major injuries. But ideally, again, this is where your line of work comes in as well, Melissa, that preventative care. So the analogy I like to use, it's kind of like a snowball. The more you let it build, the more us healthcare professionals have to work to chip it down.
That's right.
So as soon as the problem starts, our job gets much easier. So, and of course, from the Medicare and whatnot, the big insurance companies, they would like that as well because it's less cost. So of course, it's a win-win for everybody. You're maintaining a healthy lifestyle and learning the knowledge and I guess the tools to prevent injuries.
Yeah, I know that in my generation, me especially, when we get pains, we take a medication for it and then we kind of disregard it and maybe just baby it for a little bit. So, but it's important that when you do have those shoulder pains or those knee pains to maybe contact your doctor and then, like you said, get a referral to kind of work it out so you don't have these issues in your later years.
Exactly. That's
The
where
active aging.
that prevention comes
Yeah, because I work with seniors a lot, and they always complain about aches and pains in my back, blah blah blah, and they think it's just old age. But can't at that time, I always tell them, go talk to your doctor because it's not really old age. Maybe the way you're sitting, or maybe you need to strengthen certain muscle parts, right?
Exactly.
Can't they? Even if you have aches and pains, even not from an injury or a car accident, they can just go to the doctor, right, and ask for referral.
Exactly. So as long as there's a medical necessity, so I guess that's the big key phrase that your doctor is going to be looking for. So as long as there's a problem that is limiting you from normal life, that's adequate medical necessity. So yeah, definitely. Well, it doesn't even have to be painful. It could just be a limitation. So I can't move my arm. I can't move my leg. It could just be difficulties. Because I mean, if you're unable to move around the house normally, even if you're pain free, you're still having
Have
problems.
limitations.
Exactly.
So anything with activities of daily living,
Exactly.
dressing, bathing.
Exactly.
Those, yeah.
Exactly.
So we're here with Kai Morigawara, who's actually a mobile physical therapist. And PT does not mean pain and torture, right, Kai?
Exactly.
So, in the magazine, we're always talking about, in my radio show, trying to get people to be proactive, to think that way. So a lot of you out there, if you're having some pain, having issues of activities of daily living, talk to your doctor, your general practitioner, or either one of your doctors can prescribe a referral for Kai to come out to your home, because if you have transportation issues or you don't want to drive anymore or fight this traffic like me, I hate traffic. I don't drive before 9 and not after 2 o'clock normally if I can get away with it, because I hate traffic. It's a pet peeve of mine. And, ask your doctor for referral, because Kai can come to your home, but also can, if you're working like us, Melissa and I, you can come to our offices, right? Kai?
Exactly. So since I'm on the road,
A lot, huh?
quite
Like
a
an Uber
bit.
driver, go everywhere, huh?
Exactly. But yep, very, I guess since I'm my own boss, I can accommodate and schedule around to meet people as, I guess, as convenient as possible for everybody's schedule.
And you don't charge extra, right? For travel fee, right? So the insurance will cover it. And if there's a copay, they pay the copay. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm trying to get my mind wrapped around this. So you come to the office, and do you have like a van that people come to? I mean, or do you have to have like an area?
Table or van.
Table? How does
Weights or...
No, so I guess this is from my schooling and mentoring. Very adaptable with my skills. So whatever is available, I will be able to maximize it. So thankfully, knock on wood, haven't run into this problem so far. But for the most part, I'm very hands-on. So essentially, to go back to an earlier point, restoring normal movement, a big part of my version of physical therapy is I'm very hands-on. If I facilitate and help the body part to move correctly, it should immediately feel better. There should be less pain. There should be more motion. It should be easier to do the move and whatnot. So there should be immediate improvement. So I don't need big bulky equipment, because it literally is just myself and the patient. So I do need some equipment, but essentially I just have a small bag with me and whatnot. So very, very convenient, and that's why I'm able to go on the road. And that's why
I see. You don't carry a big table or anything like that, or
Exactly.
20-pound weights.
exactly.
So because I had 2 surgeries in my shoulder in the last 2 years, and I've been to like 3 different physical therapists. You know what? Interesting. When I 'cause I play a lot of ball as well. A lot of my friends are having shoulder problems or surgery.
Yes.
But there's 2 different mentalities, and maybe you can explain this. When I got my first surgery, I had physical therapy the next day.
Yes.
However, some of these older doctors will tell you wait till the swelling goes down, which takes about a month sometimes, and then get physical therapy. So what are the different thoughts? Is there a better way to do it, or?
So it does vary from person to person. So even though we're all designed the same, essentially the same DNA, same bones, same joints, same muscles, the human body definitely varies from person to person. So that's where the skill of the medical practitioner comes in to have accurate assessments on what is best for that situation. So definitely for me, my eyes and my hand should be able to feel these small things. So definitely a big thing in terms of surgeries, there's going to be a lot of swelling from not only the surgical procedure, but just the, the irritation and damage to the surrounding structure. So that's why, like you mentioned, swelling can last for even months after a big surgery. So a big part of physical therapy for that sort of cases is teaching people how to ice things correctly. So a very common thing for seniors is to have knee replacements. So a big key for them is to learn how to ice things correctly. So there is still pain and achiness from the body having this big foreign part in its body. But if you ice things down correctly, all of the pain and problems from the swelling should go away and remain under control for the most part, unless there's something bad happen. So it varies from person to person, but in general, getting treatments earlier, as is a general rule of thumb, is definitely on the better side.
But I noticed some physical therapists don't do hands-on. They just want you to get there, start stretching it out. Whereas one of the physical therapists I had was immediately the first half an hour of the hour was done just hands-on and massaging and breaking the trauma area and the
Yes.
tissue and stretching as much as I could take
And
the
take it.
first half
Yes.
hour. And then you do a little bit of motion work.
Yes. Again, it'll vary from person to person. So I literally would have had to been there at the situation to say what would have been best for the situation. So
But
just
some
from
physical therapists don't like to do hands-on, and some automatically always do that. Is that right?
So there's definitely different preferences and I guess different comfort levels with everything. So I mean, literally, our license allows us to treat things from head to toe. So I mean, that's why there's naturally people that have specialties.
Right.
So I guess very lucky. I'm comfortable and fully capable of working out with all these different things. So I guess for me, I just have a different perspective on that. In that I feel adaptable with the whole entire body. So
Holistic.
exactly,
it.
exactly.
So, do you have anything specific to seniors?
Oh yes. So again, to go back to give some praise to all of my mentors and professors, was very lucky to learn from one of the few inner ear specialists in Hawaii on Kauai. Was my last semester.
Inner ear specialist.
Yes,
Is that what you
so-
said? What's that got to do with physical therapy?
Okay, so it takes a little bit of explaining here. So got a little bit of a story.
You have 4
So
minutes.
So the inner ear is the body's main balance center. So very critical to daily function, and I guess for the younger people, or I guess some of our more active seniors, the sports activities. So your athleticism and your ability to maintain your balance comes from the inner ear. So it's a very common stereotype that people think dizziness and vertigo are just a natural part of getting old, or even imbalance is the natural part of getting old. That's completely wrong. With this inner ear specialty, I can treat dizziness, vertigo, get people to have better balance and be safer around the home. So in terms of falls and whatnot, which is very common for
90%,
seniors.
right?
Exactly.
90% why they go to the emergency room.
Exactly. It's just it's an unconscious bodily bad habit that's coming from the legs not being able to respond correctly. So when you're a little bit, say if you slip on something, if you get bumped by something, the muscles should react to catch yourself. So by retraining those protective muscle reactions, seniors should readily, and I must emphasize readily, regain the capability to prevent falls.
Right. So I'm trying to picture this. So do you look in their ear? I'm trying to picture how this, because this would help so many seniors. I just thought Tai Chi was the balance and all this, but now that you're saying that it's the inner ear
Yes.
that
so
we should focus on. Well, one of the focus.
Yes. One of the focuses. So ultimately, no matter what the medical field, you have to be able to find the root source.
Right.
So that's where the screening, the testing, and that's where I
You
guess
just
I'll
can't keep your ears clean.
wishful thinking. So that's where I had to go to school to learn all these different testings, and definitely was blessed to be on Kauai with us, Hawaii Sports and Balance Center. Essentially, I got to see a lot of these problems on a daily basis and just get the experience and exposure and the comfort level to do all these different testing. So there's no need to poke and prod. I guess in terms of that inner ear, it's actually analyzing the eyes and I guess the posture.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you stand the person in front of you, and you look at their ears, or your eyes, or
if
your
they're
shoulders, or,
slouching?
yeah.
So essentially, in terms of the inner ear, so the eye movement. So I guess to give a little bit further explanation, the the eyes, the vestibular system, the inner ear, and the postural sensors of the spine. They're the I guess the three systems that work together to give these baseline balance capabilities. So there's different external tests. Essentially, I track the eye movements. When they're walking, I want to see how their spine is reacting to, I guess, the movement, how natural it looks. So the more compensations, I guess the worse it looks to me, the more I know I need to do further testings and try to find what's causing it to not move correctly.
So you do that mostly seniors, though, you think?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
man,
yes,
we should
yes.
do a little fair here and have everybody line up, and they can check them out.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
can diagnose
yeah.
them right there. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're here with Kai Morikasawa, who is with the company's called PT, right?
Yes.
And
Prime
real quick,
PT.
we're going to take a short break. What's the phone number we can reach you at?
Okay, so our phone number is 286-0194. Again, that's 286-0194, Prime PT.
And the website?
PrimePTHawaii.com.
.com.
Yes.
PrimePTHawaii.com. Okay. Hey, Kai, that's half our show. We'll be back in a little bit to take a short break, but we want to come back and talk to you more about preventative care and what to do with old injuries as well. Like my old injury was 20 years old. But anyway, Melissa will be right back, and we'll take a short break.
We will be right back with Percy Ihara from Generations Radio. If you have any questions or want to be part of our discussion, give us a call at 296-5467. That's 296-5467. This is Generations Radio on AM 690 The Answer.
Did you know 26 million Americans have kidney disease and most don't know it?
The day I was diagnosed, I didn't know what to do. I called the National Kidney Foundation, and the young lady who answered stayed on the phone with me and walked me through step by step. She too was surviving kidney disease, and she showed me there could be life after kidney disease.
Visit the National Kidney Foundation at kidney.org. Now you know.
Moon Physical Therapy is here to help you back to recovery. Moon Physical Therapy is located on Ward Avenue across from Sports Authority. Physician prescribed for motor vehicle accidents, workman's comp, or that body pain that comes from rushing to play without warming up. Also event cardiopulmonary rehabilitation with our one-on-one patient care. Moon's Aquatherapy heated endless pool allows for low-impact exercise with less pain on land. We will give you the right exercises to get you back to health. Ask your doctor to prescribe Moon Physical Therapy. Moon Physical Therapy. We achieve results.
Aloha, this is Martha Clopin.
And Al Harrington. Choosing the right Medicare plan not only saves you money, it also helps you avoid headaches and heartaches down the road.
We want to remind everyone
to listen to a Medicare Moment with Martha, Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we help answer important questions on Medicare so you can stay healthy, wealthy, and wise all year long.
Call me at 543-2073, 543-2073.
I was an addict from the age of 13. I finally decided it was time for a change. I walked into the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, and that got me ready for the real world. Now, I choose to be guided by Jesus Christ, and today, I'm building a powerful and promising future, free from drugs and alcohol.
Please shop at the Salvation Army family stores. With our discounted sales, your support through your purchase helps men live a clean, sober, and productive life.
Got Vegas on your mind? Get Vacations Hawaii on the line. Vacations Hawaii offers weekly 4 and 5 night Honolulu to Vegas packages, which include 3 meals daily from $6.99. Stay at Hawaii's favorite casinos: California, Fremont, Main Street Station, and Orleans Hotel. Vacations Hawaii will get you there in comfort on deluxe wide-body 767 planes with complimentary in-flight hot meal service. Vacations Hawaii's frequent flyer program gives you future travel discounts and credits. So if you're ready to win big, call Vacations Hawaii at 591-4777 or visit PointVacationsHawaii.com.
Today, more than ever, we local people are living longer than any other state in the Union, with more seniors, baby boomers, and caregivers. Generations Radio promotes the importance to be proactive as we all age. The radio team will focus on issues facing our seniors and their families, finding resources to navigate healthy aging along with financial, legal, and caregiving information. So join Percy Ihara from 5 until 6 each Saturday, right here on AM 690 The Answer. Focusing on the issues facing our seniors and their families today. Here's our Generations Radio host, Percy Ihara.
And welcome back to Generations Radio. I am Percy Ihara here, the publisher and editor of Generations Magazine, along with our co-host, Melissa Mansfield from Altruist Medical. Now, if you haven't picked up a copy yet, please do, because this is running out fast. Our October-November issue features our cover story on 4 veterans from war veterans. It's called Brothers in Arms, even though we have one lady, Miss Rona Adams, my longtime friend, who actually is writing a regular column now for veteran services and programs throughout the state of Hawaii. She's a very well-known person in the community and veteran community. So she's always privy of information, programs, events going on in the state. So she always does an article now. So check that out if you are a veteran or if you know a veteran or your parents are a veteran. But please check that out. It will have information in every issue statewide on different events around town. Don't forget, November 19th is Saturday, and we have the mayor's 42nd annual Craft and Country Fair. It's free to the public. Take a bus down there. Somebody drop you off. There will be parking at the Blaisdell. There's a little small cost for that. But we're having two big events besides the 35-plus senior clubs that's going to be selling their wares and goods at the Craft and Country Fair. But we're going to have a cooking contest sponsored by Cecile Sebastian. And then we're going to have a karaoke contest, guys. First time they've ever done it in 42 years. We're going to have the famous Jeff Apaka from Waikiki Community Center be our host of the show, of the contest. It's 11 to 1, the contest. You need to get there earlier, before 11, to fill out a little form. They need to get what song you're going to sing. You do need to bring the music. So if you're going to be singing from a DVD, a CD, DVD, or a cassette tape, you need to bring that with you. So I would suggest you get there by 9 o'clock. They can register you. 70 plus, did you say, Melissa, right? Goes
Yes.
first. And then the 55 plus goes second. So I need to think about what song I want to sing. But then again, it might be kind of hard. It's early in the morning. I don't usually sing until the sun goes down. You know what I mean? But it's a great event. We're going to have over 2,000 people there. We'll have a number of our Generations Magazine partners there. In the City and County Parks Direct, we have 35 plus clubs selling all their crafts at the craft fair here. So don't forget, Saturday, November 19th, 9 to 2 o'clock at the Blaisdell Exhibition Hall. So we're here with our mobile physical therapist, Kai Morigawara. And mobile, meaning he can come to your house or go to your office. So, Kai, welcome back now to the show. Now, before I forget again, I want to get your phone number and website because I might forget it.
Okay, so Prime PT's phone number is 286-0194, and our website is primepthawaii.com.
And so, back up now, you're 28 years old, you're a USC grad. Man, you got some credentials here, like Melissa here. I mean, I'm just a mortgage guy, but so when you always talk about these mentors that got you going and get you wanting to do this business, and you saw a lot of mobile PTs on the mainland.
Yes.
And is that the reason why you brought it here?
Exactly. So definitely my big inspiration is to help the people that need it the most. So I guess to give some background on myself, I fell in love with the field of physical therapy from my volunteering experiences. And as a volunteer, you can't do the hands-on stuff. But I had this one interaction with this senior military auntie. So she always worked her butt off. And when I asked her, oh, why do you work so hard? She's just like, I know that it's going to help me. So that always stuck with me, that there's people that want to get better and want to stay active, want to live their lives to the fullest. So being able to provide that information and knowledge to the people that want it, that's why I got into this mobile therapy.
Well, I think that's a great service. I think that's we're trying to get the state on Medicaid to do more home and community-based services, because Medicaid for long-term care, you have to go out of the home.
Exactly.
They used to have an old program in Hawaii called Nurses Without Walls, where they would come once, twice a week on Medicaid if you're homebound. And they provide some basic services, but we definitely need more of that, because we don't have enough care homes, arches, or assisted living places that would take Medicaid. And
more people are homebound.
Yeah, and they don't want, and it costs money to move out of the house.
Right.
So I appreciate what you do, and it's great that you have this service. So you handle any age, right?
Yes.
From kids to 90, 100-year-olds?
Yes, exactly. So I've worked with little kids with developmental issues all the way to 90-plus-year-olds that are just trying to stay as active as possible. And as long as things are guided correctly and normal movement is restored, everybody should make rapid progress, immediate improvements every session.
So what is the importance of exercise?
So the importance of exercise, I guess to give a little bit of research, exercise is the closest thing to a panacea, a cure-all. So of course there's no magic pill in the world, but all of the latest research is showing that exercise is the closest thing that we have. So on top of the general health benefits, it maintains the functionality of the body. So definitely that's why with all these different senior activities and whatnot, they're really emphasizing moving around and keeping active, because it literally is the best means of keeping yourself healthy.
Do you ever see people saying, I'm too old to exercise? It's beyond that time.
Couch potatoes.
Yeah. How do we change that mindset?
Oh, so definitely, I want to say those people think of exercise as gym exercises. Exercise is any sort of movement. So pretty much everybody I see when they're getting close to graduation from PT, we talk about the fun activities that they enjoy. So finding something that is going to be their exercise. So it's just keeping the body moving. That's what.
Give us some examples. So maybe someone's like, well, what's fun out there?
So of course here in Hawaii we have great weather. So all the different outdoor activities at the beach, hiking, or even just things like dancing. That's something actually pretty common. I have quite a bit of people that enjoy dancing among the senior community. So as long as you're moving the body, the main thing is as long as you have fun. I always try to help people find things that are fun for them.
And surprisingly enough, I garden, and pulling weeds really is an activity.
Yes.
I have my watch on that tells me how many calories I burn, and I think that's another good thing to get those type of.
I got one.
Yep. I like to see how many calories I burn, and so just gardening, getting out there. It doesn't have to be vigorous. It could just be like just movement.
Exactly. Any movement is good movement.
Yep.
So what about certain movements like for preventative care? What can they do besides doing sit-ups and push-ups and stretching?
Barbells.
Okay. So the preventative care, so I guess my perspective is a little bit different. Preventative care in my mind is making people experts. So a big part of my way of doing physical therapy is to give people the knowledge and tools so that they literally become experts on their, whatever body part that's injured. So of course, I don't have the time to give them the information on the entire body, but over the course of physical therapy, my big thing is to give them information so that they become experts and know that, okay, when I have this ache or if I have this pain, I need to do this. Or as soon as this problem starts, I need to immediately tackle it by correcting it with this stretch or something. So that's what I guess preventative care for me for physical therapy. It's making people experts so they literally know exactly what to do, the optimal treatment for themselves as soon as it arises.
What about before it arises? I know that they say stretching daily. How do we kind of train ourselves to get up in the morning and stretch? Because I would think that would be
we have
a
to
preventative.
Stretch in the morning?
Yes, that's what they tell me.
It's definitely something per person. So essentially people's muscles recover at different rates. So stretching is great for allowing the muscles to heal and recover so they protect and move correctly. So it literally is person to person. So literally as I spend the weeks to months with people, I kind of see a trend on what their body needs. And that's where I can give them the advice on how to, I guess, apply stretching as needed. So it doesn't answer your question, but it literally is case to case.
Case to case basis.
But rolling is, I was mentioning during the break, rolling is one thing I found. I've been playing sports all my life. And I was a jock growing up. And, I only heard about rolling maybe 4 years ago.
Yes.
I mean, that's when I started rolling. And where did that come from?
Well, let's describe what is rolling.
Yeah, tell me.
So rolling, they have these foam rollers. So it's a great means of getting pressure stretching. So you use the weight of the body against this foam roll to stretch. So I should emphasize that stretching can be massaging, can be positional stretching, static stretching, just holding a position for a certain amount of time. It can be something like heat. It can be essentially modality. So as long as there's something that gets the muscle to relax. So definitely different means, and a big thing is, I guess, whatever works best for the person.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen those foam rollers all over the place. Even I believe even Walmart carries that.
Yes.
I used to go to Sports Authority, that's no longer here, but I would highly recommend you do that. And you can start off slow, right? Using as little weight as possible or as much as body weight as well, right?
Exactly. So I think a big thing to emphasize is that stretching should feel good. Definitely, if it feels torturous, you're probably making the problem worse. So if you're overstretching something, it's actually going to cause the muscle to guard and tense up more. So definitely I want to say it should feel good.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I noticed that it also lengthens the muscles, or is that what it does?
Exactly. You want the flexibility. So literally the muscle is guarding it. It's tense and tight. So a lot of people when they have stress, their neck gets really tense and tight. So normal muscles should be soft and relaxed. That's when they're best at protecting and moving correctly.
Is there a time frame how like we should do it once a week? Like I guess it just depends.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
I try to do it 4 days a week.
Ideally every day. So again, it's more as needed.
Okay.
Realistic, if you're moving around a lot, something's getting tired. So again, it builds up. So you want to be back to that preventative aspect. You need to tackle it before it gets too big of a problem.
You're better than me. I only do it once a week, and I get in trouble with my trainer.
Oh well, I definitely try to roll at least 4 times a week, and it's really important because I play every week. I need to be able to stay healthy, and I don't like playing hurt.
Right.
So I always try to roll in the morning or in the afternoon, but just so I don't, because I see guys my age, 56 years old, 50-year-old, pulling hamstrings on a regular basis. Now I'm seeing the big ones now, Achilles and calf muscles, and they're gone for like 6 to 8 months. And then I play 11 months out of the year, and I can't take off 6 months. I only did it once when I had my shoulder surgeries. But isn't that really important, especially if they want to still play sports, right?
Exactly. So that, back to that preventative care. So it literally is managing. So as soon as there are problems, so as soon as there's pain, as soon as there's discomfort, as soon as there's a limitation in the movement, as soon as you're having problems moving that body part, that's a perfect time to seek out treatments.
You really need to listen to your body.
Exactly.
I think that's what we kind of ignore. We're thinking it might go away, or we might take.
They just put up with it.
Or put up with it.
They play hurt. I don't like playing hurt.
No, I don't either. And then also I know a lot of people move to medication. So it's nice that we listen to our bodies and then we try to,
Advil and Motrin. Oh, God. I stopped taking that. Too much of that's no good. Isn't that right?
No.
Exactly. If you take it for long periods, it literally breaks down the digestive system.
But does something to your stomach or liver?
The digestive system. So literally you can have things like ulcers and whatnot. So it gets it does take a while. You have to be on a constant basis for months, but definitely taking it on a regular basis is not healthy. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. My injury was old. I hurt my shoulder when I think I was in my mid 30s, and I went to a well-known orthopedic surgeon. He goes, unless you're gonna play a lot, don't worry about it. Just put up with it. And I wasn't playing a lot of softball, but when I reached, when I reached 50 or 49, I started playing a lot competitive, and I go to the mainland for national tournaments and things. And so then that's when I realized I need to get it fixed. But I see so many old injuries that people just put up with.
They do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So definitely, and I want to say the biggest misconception is the low back. So people think, having low back pain is a natural part of getting old. So I lost count. So I have a number of patients that came in with that stereotype, and through physical therapy, they're able to have no back pain at all. So it is a bigger bad habit. So it's more deeply ingrained in the body. It does take more work to resolve chronic back pain versus chronic shoulder pain or something, or chronic knee pain or something. But definitely, it's completely, no matter what the old injury is, as long as it's not the result of some sort of progressive disease, as long as there's not something stopping the body from moving correctly. Or so for example, if you have too much damage to the joint, it requires surgery. So as long as there's nothing stopping the body from moving correctly, any old injury has the potential, if guided correctly, to get back to 100%.
Oh. What about, I almost every day somebody that I know has issues. I know several physical therapists, but one person said, I have, what do you call it, sciatica?
Yes.
Does physical therapy help that?
Yes. So physical therapy is for any sort of bodily limitation. So physical therapists, we are the movement experts. So we optimize the movement of the human body. So whether it's pain, whether it's difficulty doing something. So for the sciatica, it's specifically a nerve pain. So the nerve is getting pinched and irritated. So in terms of fixing that, my perspective is you have to find all of the problem spots that are pinching or irritating the nerve, and the pain will not go away until you address all of them.
What causes that, by the way? Can I ask? Sitting wrong or accident or
the most common I guess impingement point is the low back.
Right.
So low back pain is so common, all of the above essentially. So essentially if the nerve gets pinched enough, it's going to get essentially irritated and angry, and then that's what causes those shooting pains and these terrible symptoms.
And the foam roller is another good source for that, because I have that because I was a runner. So I have to stretch that long fibrous nerve that goes all the way down.
Exactly. So for you, it sounds like the impingement is more so as the nerve passes from the back, it goes down through the leg. So of course, as it weaves through and under muscles, if those muscles are too tense and guarded, they're going to pinch. So for you, it sounds like it's more that it's just the muscles pinching of the nerve. So it literally is different from person to person.
Is that the IT band they call that?
IT band.
No, not quite. So the sciatic nerve doesn't pass around there. It's more the hamstring. So the back of the back of
stretch your hamstring.
I know. I need to use that foam roller.
Hard to do that. I know. It's hard to stretch your hamstrings on a foam roller though. Yeah. Isn't that right? Because you
yes,
weight.
You have to have good balance. So.
But there are some foam rollers that have the nubs on it. Yes, and that's when you can get in there.
It takes coordination. You definitely got to be able to balance yourself with your arms. So I mean, if you're trying to stretch the hamstrings, your legs are up in the air. So
you got to put one leg over the other leg to
get a little bit extra pressure. Yep.
But I have to say that it is pain and torture. It hurts, but then they say no pain, no gain. But then you're saying it shouldn't be.
So it sounds like you're a little bit. You want to ease into the stretch.
Okay.
So again, if it's too painful, if it feels torturous, you're probably overstretching it.
Okay.
So that's the hard part with the foam roller. You can't adjust the density. So
right.
You have to adjust the pressure.
Yeah. Or just have to have multiple foam rollers.
Yeah.
So when is it? So let me ask. What would be the biggest misconception about physical therapy?
Oh, I think we kind of covered that. So definitely, a lot of people think things are a natural part of getting old. So dizziness, imbalance, any sort of pain throughout the body. As long as there's no major injuries.
Kai?
Oh yes, dizziness. Yeah, definitely the safety aspect. So I guess if you want to go on a little bit tangent, very lucky to have learned from one of the few inner ear specialists in Hawaii, and from that unique training, that's where I can help people with dizziness, vertigo, imbalance, and keep them safe and prevent them from falling in their
What
homes.
exactly? What kind of treatment? I mean, what are you talking about? Like you said, when you said with the inner ear problem, you look at them and the posture, the way they walk. Can walk me through that?
Okay, so
give me a visual.
Okay, so let's focus on the dizziness aspect. So if somebody's having dizziness, there can be a lot of physical therapists were licensed to treat it, but because there's so many contributing factors, there's so many sources, that's why a lot of people aren't comfortable working with it. It's also very delicate. If you do something a little bit off, you set people off, and so especially for the vertigo, they have dizziness, they'll get dizzy, and they might feel like they're gonna barf. So it is walking a tightrope. So it's having a very keen eye for detail on what their eyes and neck are doing. So essentially, when I'm treating somebody for dizziness, it's primarily with the eyes. So it's a lot of eye exercises to get the normal inner ear functions back.
Did you say eye exercises?
Yes.
Oh.
So actually, it applies for, to go off on a tangent, it applies for concussions and focus difficulty focusing. So a lot of these things people think it can't be helped or it can't be fixed, but since physical therapy is kind of new, there's a lot of research on I guess, these new treatments on improving all these things that people thought were a natural part of getting older, natural injuries that couldn't be
so where do you go? You go left, look left.
Yeah, I want to say, what are these exercises? Do you close them real tight? Do you open? I mean,
so it again is very specific. So depending on what the problem is, I have to assign something specific for that. So, and again, like I hesitate on giving out exercise because it literally is a case-to-case basis. So there's no sense in you doing something if it's not going to help you. You're literally wasting your time.
Right.
So I mean, I can't give. I think even if I give the
It's a
most common
case by
one,
case.
exactly,
Right.
I'm literally wasting half the people's time if I give out something. So.
For seniors specifically, even for, we have a lot of baby boomers listen to the radio show because they're dealing with their parents. But, seniors have hip. I've seen, like my mother-in-law fractured her hip.
Mm-hmm.
The hip is it that fragile to break the hip, or is it just because they fell down?
It's probably more how they fall. So exactly. So I guess the scary thing to give some some research, 1 out of 5 people will die within 1 year if they break their femur, their hip bone.
Really?
So it's a big problem, and that's why fall prevention is such a big issue, and especially for caregivers that have people getting, more and more bedridden. You're at greater risk to have these terrible things happen. So definitely that aspect of physical therapy is something very, meaningful for me to be preventative before those worst case scenarios happen.
Are there some preventative exercises to strengthen your hip?
Oh,
I do some of that, but what exactly would you recommend?
Definitely for me, the biggest thing is being able to essentially sit down or squat correctly. Most people, they bend from their knees, so it's definitely an Americanized culture. So people don't know how to squat correctly. So literally the hip is almost doing nothing the entire time, and that's a big reason why the muscles get weaker, the hips get weaker. So definitely being able to stick the okole out. So I guess like the big example I use when I'm coaching people, you want to imagine like you're sitting down on a deep couch, or sitting on the toilet. You need to be sticking that okole out, and you're doing it correctly if you feel off balance. So literally is the body doesn't know how to move correctly. So you're doing it right if you feel off balance.
Kind of like if you can hover, or because I'm trying to imagine it, like when you, because everyone thinks you could just sit down and then get up, right?
No. So it should be extremely challenging. So especially for our senior listeners out there, it's going to be a very, very small movement. It's going to be a very, very small squat. So definitely make sure. So I guess since I'm coaching, make sure you're in front of a couch, in front of something stable. So it's going to be a very, very small movement. If you do it correctly, you're going to feel off balance. So it should be a continuous practice of slowly getting it better and slowly getting those muscles more active, protecting more.
What I do a lot of times is I lie on my back and I have a rope or something, and I just moving my leg in a circle, a wide circle. Is that good?
Yes, that's again another form of stretching. So keeping the muscle mainly loose and protecting correctly. So essentially, if the muscles get tired, they don't protect things correctly. So that's why the stretching and all those different things we talked about a little bit earlier are so critical. So that'd be a dynamic stretch. So it's a moving stretch. And
I'm trying to increase my range of motion, or at least not let it get smaller range of motion.
Exactly.
I'm trying because I don't want to pull a muscle. That's my biggest thing.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So outside of physical therapy, do you give your clients homework?
Oh, exactly. So the big thing for me that I noticed over my years of practice, I need to essentially kind of give people just the necessities, but the bare necessities. So again, it's a very common thing for physical therapists to give these sheets and sheets of exercises, and definitely I've seen people just get overwhelmed and they don't do anything, and then of course it's not going to get better. So I coach people through these step-by-step processes in terms of preventative care. So my goal is to get them to have completely fix their problems. So maybe just 1 or 2 things to focus on from session to session and get them better that way.
Baby steps.
Exactly.
Well, Kai, thank you so much. Again, your phone number to get a hold of you. Kai is our mobile physical therapist, Kai Mori Gawara.
Dr. Kai, much easier that way.
Dr. Kai, okay, Dr. Kai. What's your phone number?
286-0194.
And your website, if they want to check you out?
PrimePTHawaii.com. We got a lot of information up there.
Great. And he's a mobile physical therapist. So if you have any issues of surgeries, or if you're just not feeling the old pain, give him a call or talk to your general practitioner, right? They have to refer you.
Any physician. Any doctor.
Refer you.
Any doctor can write a referral, exactly.
So anyway, thank you very much. You will be at the November 19th Mayor's Craft Fair.
We'll be
and
there.
You can check out Kai and all the Generations magazines for his ad there. So thank you very much, Kai. Melissa, thank you very much. Listen, everybody have a great weekend. Aloha and live well.